in this video, we will see how we can search a single user data or single student data. So here we just have 6. What if there are hundreds of data? Then if I need only one single data, how do I search? So we need a search option. Yes. So we'll go and add that search. So I'll use my display.jsp and I'll use display servlet itself to get the search operation. So in display.jsp, what I will do is above my table, I will add a search option here. On the top, I will add a search option here. So in my diff, I'll say create a new div tag in which I'll say class as row. And within this, I need a search. So where do I get search from? Let us see if I can get it from here. So form group, let me see if there is any search form available for me. Do we have search? Do we have search option anywhere? Okay, I don't have search option, I think. So I'll just go and copy one simple form, a single line form. So I'll copy a single line form with button. Yeah, so this is better, I think. This is better. So I'll copy this form. But is there any other better form which I can copy from Bootstrap? No. I think that's the only one with a single line. Yeah. So I have copied this single line, but here where I'll replace this password as search. So I'll go back to my display. Here I will paste my form and then I'll refresh here. So here I have this search option in which I'll remove this email. I don't want this email part. I just need a search. So instead of password, I'll say for search and then I'll say type as text. I'll say input as search, placeholder as search student by name. So only by name we will add that search. So now if I press this, so search student by email and I'll just say search student and then here where's the button? So instead of confirm identity, I'll say search. I'll just write here student name. That gives more meaning. So I'll say student name and then here if I refresh, so here it is a student name. So I'll write the student name and if I press search, so it should search that detail and only display one data, that is one row or multiple. If there are multiple, then it will display multiple student. So what we'll do here, this is the form. This form will have action and it will have method. So method should be post. Okay, because here in get method we are already written the program to get the data. So we will be writing the post method for this display servlet. And I'll copy this servlet name and I'll paste it as action. So once I press this form, if I submit this form, it should go to this post method function in this post method in this display student controller or servlet. So now I have to write the program to get this search. So going here, I'll say string search or string name, I'll say is equals to request dot get parameter and the name is search. So once I get this search, I have to search in my database if there are such names. Yes. So what I have to do, I have to write the SQL query for that. So I need the DAO. So I'll go back to my DAO and first add that search part. So I'll create a new method called as public static. Then what will this return? This will return one student model, one single student model, or it will return a list of model. It can have one or more data, right? So I'll do one thing. I'll just copy that get all and I'll replace that with student. So we'll go back and we will copy this get all student data. Yeah. So we'll just go ahead and we'll copy this and we will scroll down and paste it. And from get all data, get student data by search. So if there are multiple students name with same name, so it will return that. Everything will be same, but I have to add one extra line here. So select start from student SMS where my column name like. So we will be using an like keyword, like, and then I'll say percentage plus, I'll get the name here. So I'll get the string name, the name of that I have to search, plus then I'll have percentage. So what happens here, if I give like percentage, and I have to give the pattern to be searched in my SQL, and for which column, for column name. So for this column name, search this pattern. To place this pattern, you have to give two percentage symbol. So it will search and it will return this. So once it returns, then I have to perform the same thing over and again. So I'll just copy this and I will paste it here. The only difference is, instead of saying get all student data, I'll say get student by search, and I will give the name. So that particular name's data should be searched, and it will go back to my display page with the data. So we have incubated the search option also. So now I'll freshly go, I'll close this, and freshly I'll start index.jsp and see if this works. Okay, so we have this add, we have display, which will display all the data. So now if I want only Aman, so I'll press Aman and I'll press on search. So it retrieves me all the data. Wait, I have written something wrong here. Let me just check once quickly. Form action, it will go to display. Okay, there's a spell typo and it is method. I think that was the mistake here, spell typo. Let's check if this works. I'll say Aman, search. Okay, so it is given me an error. You have an SQL syntax error. Okay, so there is an syntax error in our SQL. We have written something wrong in our SQL. Let's check what wrong we have written. Okay, so I have to pass this as an character, as a string. Select star from this. Now let me go ahead and check if my syntax is correct. So I think that one part was missing is a single quote which says it is a string. Let us check now. Let us check if everything is working now. Hopefully it works. We had a small typo mistake in our form. So we did one mistake where here we forgot to put single quote, and in display instead of method I wrote a spell typo. Okay, a typo mistake was there in that. Okay, server is started. So I'll quickly check if search works. So I'll say Aman and I'll press search. Again I have some error. No, I don't have error. Then why is it not displaying this data? If I say just A. Okay, so let's verify what is that we have, where is that we've gone wrong. I think I'm getting the search data, right? Yeah, I'm getting this form. Okay, let's see. We will try to debug. Okay, so here I'll write an SOP. System.out.println, and I will write here the name, whether I'm getting the data from front end or not. And once I get the data, before request dispatcher, I'll display S, and I'll check whether I'm getting data or not. So if I'm not getting data, then again it is for sure we have written some, so there's some error in our DAO part. Then we'll go and fix the DAO part. So debugging is also part of learning. The more mistakes you do, that is how you learn. So don't worry if you know any part you get some errors, you have to sit and debug. The more you debug, then the next time you're writing it, then you'll have less number of errors. So let's check this display student. So I'll write here Aman and I'll press search. So here I'm getting null. Okay, so see here we have a mistake here. Okay, we do not have a name tag here itself. See, this was the mistake, as I said. Then here we have to give search. So now let me just refresh. let me just go ahead and refresh. And then if I write Aman and if I press search, so you see. So there were no mistakes. We had one mistake in our SQL query where we had to place this in single quote, and here in JSP we forgot to write the name. So this name, it's what it will search for parameter, right? We forgot to write this. So now you see I write Aman, it is there. If I write just A, so in your name, wherever there is A, it will search. So see, whichever content has A, it will search. Now if I say M, so whichever content has M, it will display. So if I say L, whichever name has L, it will display that. So see here, there is L here and L here. Then if I write here LIL, Y Lily, and if I search, so see here, I have Lily. And if I don't write anything, blank, and if I press search, so it will display all the data here. So you understood how the search works. It's very simple. You can give it, you can either sort it here in your query part, or in your DAO you can write, you can use this like command or query where you can search. So we have built, so far we have built an application where we created a simple home page. Then we created an add student page where we are adding the student data. Then we have display student where we are displaying the student data, where we have edit and delete button. On edit, it goes to the edit page where you can edit the data, and then on delete, on pressing delete, it deletes that complete record from database. And by search, if you click here, and then it will search the user data based on the name, not user, in fact student data by name. So if you want to search by email, you can go here and you can write there your name, or you can write comma email comma many more. If you want many columns to be compared, you can say name comma email comma phone, everywhere like that. So till now we have seen all the operations here for our website. We have built a beautiful application, we have created search and all. So next we'll see how we can create some other extra features and add this in our web application. So I would also go ahead and I would request you to, if you want something else to add, you can add more details here. So you have to, you can take this as an assignment, or you can take this as a task where you have added student. You can create an add faculty or add teacher column where you create a new table for your teachers, and you have a new option here called display teachers or display faculties, which on clicking display the faculties. So whatever we have done with respect to student, now you have done along with me, you will have no error, everything will be working. Same thing I would request you go and try for some other faculties. For faculties table you try, so that once you try on your own, you will learn much.